So this is our makeup class since it has been so long that we haven't meet each other because of the inclemental weather. So this is how we do it. So we are on our week 3, and next week will be our week 4. So we need to really keep up with our schedule, or else no, we might not be able to finish our sched topics for the whole midterm. Okay, so this is topic 2, which will be your electrical formulas or the Ohm's law. So Ohm's law actually is a formula used to calculate the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance in an electrical circuit. It was developed by a German physicist named George Simon Ohm, who undertook many experiments, so including measuring current, no, by touching the live electrical circuit to see how much electricity is passing through that current. So medyo may kalokohan si George Simon Ohm, so he took this experiment, no, by touching a live wire and then measuring the current. So as you can imagine, no, the higher yung kuryente na dumadaloy dun sa wire, the more it hurts. Okay, so we'll be calculating the basic electrical circuit using the Ohm's law. So the figure on your left is the Ohm's triangle. Now the VIR, so on the left side, you can see the figure there. Okay, I suggest that you remember and you try to memorize the way it was presented here, because it will help you in solving several problems on the topic that will be discussed today. So there are 3 formulas in the Ohm's law. Okay, so the V is for volts, the I is for current in ampere, and R is equal to resistance in ohms. So to get the voltage, so volts is equal to amps times the ohms, and the I, or the current in amps, is equal to the volts divided by the ohms, or the resistance. And then the R is equal to volts divided by the currents. But but you don't need to memorize this, as there is a better and easier way to do the formula. As I mentioned kanina, so this is the easiest way to somehow memorize yung ating Ohm's law. Okay, if you're trying to get the resistance, so you put an X or you cover the R, and that leaves you with E over I, where E is the volts and the I is in current in amps, and then R is resistance. So yun lang. So if we wanted to get naman the current or the I, so make an X on the I or just cover the I. So that's current is equal to your volts, okay, and then your R, okay, which is your resistance. And then when you want to get the E naman, okay, so you just cover the E, and then that's equals I times R. Okay, so nagtataka kayo bakit E, no? Yung minemorize nating figure kanina is V. Sometimes kasi nag-i-interchange sila, no? Sometimes ang tinatanong is the voltage, sometimes E. So actually they are just the same. So if happens na yung problem natin ang nilagay is E, that's actually equivalent to V as well. So either E or V. Okay, V for volts or voltage. Yung E kasi, it stands for electromotive force, o yung EMF. Okay, you might also wondering, no, bakit kaya I is for Remember, I is for current, di ba? Current, which is expressed in ohms. Bakit naman I yung ginamit? Okay. Bakit hindi current? Since current naman yung hinahanap. O kaya amps, because of Andre Marie Ampere na siyang naka-discover ng ampere. So bakit I yung ginamit dito? So ang sagot dyan is that si Andre Marie Ampere published the book Intensity de Courant. So from that book nag-base ng formula. So ang inadapt is instead of ampere ay Ig because of the intensity de Courant na book niya, which in English translated to the intensity of the current. Yan. So meron tayong facts dyan bakit I yung ginagamit instead of current or amps. Okay, o sa E naman, no, sometimes as I've told you, it's interchangeable with V. Okay, V for voltage, ano po. And E is for the electromotive force, kaya E yung gamit po doon instead of the voltage. Okay? So let's try to memorize again. So resistance is equal to E or V divided by I, and I is equal to E or V divided by R, and E is equal to I times R. Okay, from the previous slide, let's review some of the definitions here. Where voltage is E in the Ohm's law symbol with a unit measure of V or the volt. Its role in circuitry, it is the pressure that triggers the electron flow. And in case you're wondering, E is equal to the electromotive force in the old school term. Current in the Ohm's law symbol, it's in I. And the unit of measure is ampere or amp or A. And it is the rate of electron flow. And I is equal to intensity. The last one is resistance. In Ohm's law symbol, it's R. And the unit of measurement is in ohm or the omega in Greek. Its role in circuitry, it is the flow inhibitor. Let's try a sample problem based on the formula that we have visualized, we have memorized from the previous slides that we discussed. So here in the figure, we have a 3 ohms resistance and a current of 2 amperes. So we are asked to find the V or the voltage. Okay, so let's start answering the question. So we're asked to get the V. So by using the Ohm's triangle, so we'll have to cover the V, so that leaves us I, or the intensity of the current, times our resistance. So that leaves us the voltage is equal to 2 ampere times 3 ohms. So the voltage is equal to 6 volts. Okay, coming now to the circuit. If we double the battery by connecting two 6 volts batteries in the series, we get 12 volts. If we connect it to the same circuit, the current also doubles from 2 amps to 4 amps. If we double the voltage again into 24 volts, the current will also double to 8 amps. Okay, so the relationship here is that current, therefore, is directly proportional to voltage. So if you double the voltage, double the current, remember that voltage is like pressure. It's the pushing force in the circuit. So therefore, no, kapag dumagdag tayo ng ating voltage, ay lumalaki din yung ating current or yung I natin. Now, if we add more batteries, so if we add more volts, magtataas din yung magdo-double din yung ating kuryente, yung 8 remember from 2A naging 4A when we double the two batteries, and then adding another 4 batteries on that, so naging 8 na yung ating kuryente. So remember the relationship? Current is therefore directly proportional to voltage. Okay, so meron tayong another set of problem here. Now we are asked to find the I from the previous na figure natin. So here, alam na natin yung answer, which is 2A, but let's try to do it through our formula. So getting the current, Ki is equal to V divided by R. So i-cover natin yung I natin from the Ohm's triangle. So that leaves us V over R, where your I is equal to V divided by R, and I is 6 volts divided by 3 ohms. So your current is equal to 2 amps or 2A. Okay, this is another set of problem here. So we are asked to find the resistance. So sa figure natin, there is already an answer to that, but we'll have to do it through our formula. So getting the R, so we'll cover the R from the Ohm's triangle. So that leaves us the volts divided by the current. So let's find the resistance. So we have 12 volts divided by 0.5 amps. So that leaves us 24 ohms. So this time around, you'll have to do it and calculate it on your own. So here in the figure, we have the value of the R, or the resistance, is equal to 6 ohms. And we have the voltage, or DE, which is equal to 12 volts. You are asked then to find the I, or the current. So what's the answer? Okay, here's another problem, but now you'll have to get the R, or the resistance. Okay, the value that is here in our figure are the I is equal to 6 amps, and the E, or the voltage, is equal to 24 volts. So what is our R? Okay, this is our solution to the previous example in getting the current. The current is equal to E divided by R. So that's 12 volts divided by 6 ohms. And our answer is 2A. Did you get it right? And for the second example, okay, well, we have the voltage E and the current I are known. So that's your R equals E divided by R. So R is equal to 24 volts divided by 6A. So your answer is 2 ohms. Okay, for your assignment, you were asked to answer these 3 questions in a 1/4 sheet of pad paper. So you have to submit them during our face-to-face, so that will leave you some activity for the meantime, okay, while waiting for our face-to-face classes. Okay, so again, this will be your assignment in 1/2 sheet of paper to be submitted on our face-to-face. So don't forget to submit them. Okay, class. So this will be an introductory in doing your electrical layout. So actually, this is yung main purpose of the midterm topics. So you guys will be able to interpret an electrical drawing. So bit by bit yung ating pag-discuss para hindi kayo masyadong mahirapan. So in here, we have 3 circuits. So sa circuit 1, so let's count kung ilan ang connected load to that. So meron tayong ilang outlet here in circuit 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yan. So tandaan nyo, circuit 1 is connected to 6 convenience outlet. So how about yung circuit 2 natin? Ilang outlet ang meron tayo doon? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So sa circuit 2 natin, there are 6 connected outlet. Okay, whilst yung ating circuit 3, we have 1, 2, 3. So tatlong convenience outlet connected to our circuit 3. So let's look at our schedule of loads here. So kanina we did calculate kung ilan yung connected na outlet dun sa ating tatlong circuit. So we'll start with circuit 1 which has 6 convenience outlet. Okay, so what we are going to do to get the ampere, yung total load niya in that particular circuit. So we have 6 outlet, ita-times natin yang sa 200 to get our rating in watts. So that's 1,200 rating in watts. Now to get the ampere, we'll divide that to 230 volts. So that will give us 5.22 ampere. So you do the circuit 2. Yan. So we have 6 connected load then doon. So we'll times that to 200. Okay, so that will give us 1,202. Let's divide that to 230 rating in volts to get the ampere. So we have 5.22 amperes on that circuit. And for our circuit 3, we have 3 na outlet that is connected to that. So let's multiply that to 200 volts natin times the quantity. So that's give us 600 rating in watts, and we'll divide that with the rating in volts, which is in 230. So 600 divided by 230 volts, that will give us 2.61 amperes in that circuit. So ibig sabihin po niyan, no, yung 1 natin has a load of 5.22 ampere. Yung circuit 2 natin has the same then, since it has the same quantity then, same na outlet. Okay, whilst yung 3 natin, dahil mas maliit, we have 2.61 amperes. Okay, so this is our main panel distribution board. As you can see here, yung ating circuit 1, okay, what are those connected to that are your convenience outlet. Okay, yung circuit 2 natin is an convenience outlet 2. So makita nyo yung may red na circle dyan. So dyan po yan kinuha. Okay, so when you do your riser, your panel distribution board diagram, so ganito yun. So meaning po, okay, itong ating ito pong ating 2 ampere na circuit breaker, kapag po pinatay natin, lahat po ng connected load doon na yung 8, yung 6 na convenience outlet will turn off. Okay, yun lang yung turn off kasi yun lang yung nakakonect dun sa circuit 1. Now, yung sa circuit 2 din natin, dun sa ating circuit breaker, which has a 20 ampere, yung naka-designate na circuit breaker natin. Ayan po, kapag in-off din po natin, lahat ng 6 connected to that na outlet will turn off as well. And then, sa circuit 3 natin, no, yung tatlong outlet natin na yon, if we turn off our circuit breaker here, okay, so mata-turn off din po yung tatlong sirkito na iyon na nakakonect doon sa ating circuit 3. Okay? Naintindihan po? So, ganun po yung diagram ng ating panel board kung saan sila kinuha from our schedule of loads. Okay, see you next meeting for another lesson. So I hope you had your takeaways with you. So in actual, the 60 ampere there is your main main panel, main circuit breaker. Ibig po sabihin, kaya siya main, kapag in-off mo po yan, so the entirety ng circuit mo, circuit breaker na ito po ay magko-close. Okay, so ito yung ating mga circuit breaker, no? Yung the one I am pointing to you. So, ibig sabihin po, ito yung ating circuit 1 na convenience outlet. Nandito yung ating 2 na convenience outlet, and then so on, yung isang circuito ng ating, which is our convenience outlet 3. Yan. So, I hope you had your takeaways with you. Okay, see you on our face-to-face.